Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
20. 58, come on. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. 58, boys. 58, Mike. Let's go.
Back to throw, Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyrell Williams, 54 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And he's into the clear, past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run, Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go. Express. 8. 50 to Mike. 57.
They'll try the air now with Newton. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
8. Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Echo. Check. Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Newton on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. You're not ready. You're not ready. Great. Hey, Mike's over. 50. Watch
2nd and 10. Newton again. There goes a deep ball. End zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tyrell Williams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As his guys are back within a single score. No problem there on the extra point. And that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And he's got Rome. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. The extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Lets it fly for Thielen. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Gun. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Too little, top.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
20. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. I'm trying to collect it.
Third and long, it's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This is fielded at the 27. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but what about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a first and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 52.
On play action, it's Murray. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, 32 yards. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, Well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Newton. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
20. Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Cut. Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. The point after is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over them. And got his man complete. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 37-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They give to Johnson going right. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Slam. Tighten up.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton, he's going to loft one. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete.
Here we go.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 45 yards.
Great.
On first down, Newton. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Dayon Buchanan. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Great start to the second quarter, better than 30 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Buddy up. 20, Mike, 20. Let's go, D.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action. Now it's Murray. Able to find Isabella. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Dayon Buchanan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Gun.
Throwing is Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping.
That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point safely through. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Gun. First down.
Gun. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On first down, it's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Swearinger, a sack on the safety blitz. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike's 50.
Newton now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Crunch. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Who that? Mike's 50. Check.
Throwing on third down, Newton. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line.
First down, Minnesota.
Switch. Hey!
Now Newton on first down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
From the red zone now, Newton completes it to Fant on the right side. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Newton throwing again. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff looking right. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.